Hey folks, I'm Ben Slater, SVP of Marketing here at Beamery, and welcome and happy Thursday, I should say, before. Welcome to today's LinkedIn Live, where I share some of the data from the latest piece of Beamery research. And in this latest edition of our Talent Index, we asked workers how they are feeling about their employers, the job market, the future of the company they work for, and the world of work in general. So enjoy the ride. We'll be here for about 10 minutes and we'll be digging deep into some of our latest findings, which is going to be exciting. So how are workers feeling? Now, what's clear is that workers are worried about the difficult economic situations that we're facing. And, we've all read the news. We're going into a very different global climate today than we've been in the past 5 to 10 years. And so that concern is understandable. And the thing that we need to focus on as employers and managers is to understand our workers' needs and communicate with them openly and transparently as the business and economy changes. Our research shows that generally people are happy, or at least quite happy, in their current role. And even with the tightening economy, there's still a high percentage of people that are looking or open to leave their job in the next year. So it's a little bit of a dichotomy. And this 51% number is actually higher than the number in our last quarterly pulse survey 3 months ago. So interesting to see that people are still open to looking for new work, and the great reassessment or the great reorganization, whichever term you'd like to use, is still very much alive and kicking. So, why are people looking to leave or open to quitting their role? So really, there's a variety of different reasons, and a couple of kind of key themes here as you can kind of digest the content on the screen. So really, it's a combination of factors, anything from better pay or the opportunity for advancement, lack of transparency or issues with management at the current organization, or opportunities for career development and progression. And we'll touch on that a little bit later, because we believe that's a significant reason why folks tend to leave organizations. We've all heard the truism that sometimes it can be easier to get a promotion at a different company than your current company. And it's something that we see from speaking to clients and also from our data as a major opportunity for businesses when they think about retention. So people are interested in leaving. They are worried about the economic situation, but they're also cautiously optimistic. So we're actually seeing an upswing in the confidence that people have when they look at their next role, the confidence that they have around whether they could find new work within the next 3 to 6 months. We're obviously reading the headlines about the recession. We're seeing news headlines around cuts and reductions in force. But actually, increasingly, particularly across the USA, there's a high level of confidence that people can go out and find another job. So interesting data point to bear in mind. And, there are definitely many areas of the economy that are still booming and are still growing very aggressively. So what do workers care most about, and what do we have an opportunity to share with them as employers to help them feel comfortable and help them stay connected to our business? And the things that came through predominantly in our research were empathy and transparency. And what's interesting to see here is that the debate about flexibility is something that is certainly not going away. We're certainly seeing data around workers being encouraged back to the office, or in some cases being mandated. And this is definitely coming through as one of the primary things that organizations need to be considered of when they communicate with their employees. Today, the way that we work, the expectations that we have from work, the things that people want out of their work-life balance are certainly changing. And there is certainly pressure for us as businesses and as business leaders to be empathetic to those desires and to the desires around the modern way of work for organizations. So I guess to put a quick button on that, if employers don't meet the needs of employees, they're certainly likely to lose more talent. Now, that talent is not always, or leaving an organization is not always a decision that workers feel good about six to 9 months later. We asked in our surveys, when people have left a role, how often do they regret that decision? And over half of them felt that they went on to regret the decision to leave their company and to pursue a different career. So number one, if you are considering moving on and kind of changing or moving to pastures new or pastures greener, think about the reasons for doing that. Is it an opportunity for you to grow within your role? Is it something that is going to significantly benefit your career in the long term? Or is there an opportunity to double down in your current role or explore a different opportunity or business? If you're an organization that's looking to rehire from the alumni network that you have as an organization, or to think about reconnecting with people that might have left your business, it's likely that many of them would consider returning, and the opportunity to stay connected with them and keep them involved in your campaigns and your talent marketing is certainly significant. So what are the reasons that we see, or the opportunities that we see for retention for organizations? And overwhelmingly in our research, learning and development and the opportunities to develop new skills came through as very much top of the list for employees that to stay connected and to stay retained at the organization. And we actually saw 61% of people would be interested in learning new skills. And there's a variety of reasons why they might want to do that on the screen, anything from personal challenges to standing out to better working hours. Yet right now, only 50% of that number are actually involved in an upskilling program at their company. So there's a significant opportunity to broaden the aperture and make sure that everyone is aware of the opportunity that they have to develop at the company. We talk about the need for jobs to look different in the future. We talk about the changing nature and requirements that we as organizations have around skills, how a job today is going to look very different from a job 5 years away. Right now, the talent market, the talent pool that exists in the world is not sufficient for us to go out and recruit for all of these roles. We need to upskill, we need to reskill, we need to develop internal talent and build the workforce of the future. And I think what's fascinating here is, we can see that the majority of people are really invested in that opportunity. They want to be part of that process. They want the opportunities to advance. And if we can connect them with those opportunities, if we can create visibility in our organizations around mobility options, around short-term gigs, projects, whether that's in a formal talent marketplace or in any other system, we give ourselves a significant opportunity to improve retention, increase employee engagement, and obviously create a more productive and happy workforce that ultimately creates better business value as well. So it's certainly something to think about if this isn't an area where you're invested today. And obviously, we're always happy to answer any questions that you might have around this at Beamery. So that's the main takeaways from our latest piece of research. If you'd like to dig in more detail, you can go ahead and find the talent index at our website. If you go into the resources section, it should be there front and center. If you'd like to connect with me, my information's on the screen. But thank you very much for riding along with me today and learning a bit more about our latest research. And yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out directly. Thank you so much.